A big hello to all of you watching and welcome to a special edition of PopStart Plus. I'm Joe Fryer in for Carson. Today's show is our Emmy Awards preview, shining a light on some of this year's nominees from the shows you could not get enough of. And there is a lot to take in. From the stars of Stranger Things to Abbott Elementary, we've got a lot of fun interviews to get you ready for the big ceremony. But we're going to start with two hilarious stars from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. The hit comedy follows the journey of a housewife turned comedian played by the lovely Rachel Brosnahan. And as season 4 was coming out, Hoda caught up with Brosnahan, who's nominated for lead actress in a comedy series, an award she already won, and Tony Shalhoub, who plays her dad. He's won many Emmys and is nominated again in the supporting actor category.
For 3 seasons, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel has captured the hearts of fans and kept them laughing, earning 20 Emmys, 3 Golden Globes. Well, now the 1950s housewife turned comedian and the rest of the cast, they're back. It is season 4. We had 2 of the award-winning stars with us. Rachel Brosnahan disappeared for a second, but we think she's going to be back. And then Tony Shalhoub is here, plays her dad.
Good morning.
Well, Tony, it's good to see you. How are you?
Great. Good to be here. What happened to that?
I don't know. I think
maybe
she pushed the end button in the top corner accidentally, or maybe we did. But we're going to wait for Rachel to come back. But, Tony, there's something about this show. There's some special sauce or something. In a sea of like a million shows, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel busted right through. So what do you think it was that got it started and has kept it going?
Well, as always, I think with these kinds of things, it's really all about the timing. And I think the state of the culture right now, people, I think, were looking for, just a little bit of going back into the past and taking a look back, seeing where we were and where we've come. But mostly I think the success of the show is about is Rachel Brosnahan. She is phenomenal, and she's a tremendous leader.
Wow. Well, you know what's funny, Tony? Yeah. You just said that, and guess who just popped back in? Rachel, we missed you.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you guys. My bad.
Now it's her turn to say something nice about me.
Yeah, I was asking Tony about, there's something about this show that was able to break through in a sea of a gazillion shows. Somehow you captured people's imaginations, and here we are on season 4. He said basically it's because of you. But what do you think it was?
I mean, I think Tony actually is the one who said this. Well, first of all, it's because of Tony. I have to pay it back. But Tony's actually the one, I think, who said early on that we've all been a part of so many shows that we love and that we've loved being a part of and that we feel so proud of, but that never really find the kind of audience that we feel like they deserve. And so it feels like a little bit of magic and a whole lot of luck that kind of pushed this one to the forefront. And Tony Shalhoub.
Yes, of course. Well, Rachel, I think also in particular season 4, but women, I think, are finding their voices these days. And I think it's been happening over time. And I think there's something about watching your character, Midge, kind of just stand up and say it and be bold and unafraid.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's something about watching her hit this bottom in her life. Her entire life implodes in front of her, and all of the dreams that she had for herself and for her family suddenly evaporate. And she is forced to pick herself up and decide whether she wants to wallow and eat ice cream forever or make something new of herself. And she finds her voice in a brand new way, a voice that was always there, but in a brand new way.
Yeah, I think there's something very, very empowering about it. Tony, I heard that you have a new title in addition to being an incredible actor and an award winner, Grandpa.
Yes, it's interesting, because when I first was sent the script and got casted, it was the first time that I'd been cast as a grandfather, and it was a little bit disconcerting. But then a couple of years later, I became a grandfather to this guy, and he's just changed our lives. He's just a dream.
Oh my God, this child!
I mean, look at his face.
Oh, squeeze! Rachel, what's kind of fun? Oh, I could look at that picture all day long. Rachel, what's fun is, you and your husband obviously work separately, but there is a moment where the two of you, maybe not on screen together, but you and your husband actually work on this show together.
Yeah, I can't give a whole lot away about what he's been up to in Maisland, but you may see more than one familiar face on the upcoming season. It was fun to finally get to show him what I've been up to all day and why I've missed dinner many nights for the last couple of years.
Well, a lot of us are so excited that season 4 is back. We've waited patiently. We want to say thank you to Tony and to Rachel.
What a pleasure to hear from Rachel and Tony on the show's continued success. Next up, the creator of the breakout series Abbott Elementary and triple nominee Quinta Brunson. She can do it all, highlighted for her acting and her writing on the show. Take a look at her conversation with Hoda and Kelly Rowland about what inspired the sitcom.
Now to one of Hollywood's rising stars whose sitcom is a breakout success. In fact, it has already been renewed for season 2.
Well, it should be. We're talking about Abbott Elementary, created by and starring Quinto Brunson. The sitcom centers around a group of teachers determined to help students succeed. Let's take a look.
Okay, so if the store has 10 potatoes, right, and you take away 2 of them, how many potatoes would the store have left?
I don't like potatoes.
Let's not focus on that part of it.
You have 8 potatoes.
Marie, we know that you know. I was asking Sydney, why don't you go sharpen up some colored pencils? That'd be fun.
Quinta! First of all, congrats on season 2.
Thank
I mean, this
you.
is appointment viewing for people. People don't appointment view anymore, but what was it about this that you think caught people?
I think there's a couple of things. One thing is that ABC did a really cool thing and premiered the episode a month before the pilot, before the show actually aired. And I think that gave people time to watch it over the winter break. They got to watch it with their families during like Christmas time and everything. And then when the show came on the air, we had a bunch of people who already liked the show, so they were excited to tune in again. And besides that, I've heard people say that this is their Tuesday night. They can't wait for Tuesday night to watch Abbott because they want to have a good time, watch something with the family. So I guess it like kind of shows us that appointment viewing isn't dead. It just has to be something people want to show up for, you know?
Talk that.
Good girl.
Kelly showed up for her.
Kelly.
Aren't you so happy that Kelly's sitting here? I know you're dying.
I am, and I was still holding you, my girl. And I was like, man, Kelly, that's the sweetest person on the planet.
You're so sweet.
Well, you are. I got to meet her in the elevator during Black Lady Sketch Show, and just the sweetest person on the whole planet.
Okay, back to you. What has been your favorite reaction about the show so far?
My favorite reaction? My favorite reaction is when someone tells me that they are watching it with their mother, daughter, niece, grandmother. Generations getting together to watch the show means a lot to me. That's exactly what I intended. I wanted families to watch a sitcom the way I did with my family growing up, and I'm happy to give something that they can all share together.
Did you intend for LeBron James and his family to be the ones watching? I mean, was that wild?
I just don't even know what to say about that still. Look at that picture.
What are you doing
Can
here?
you believe we're the same species? Like, we're the same human? It's like, and I'm wearing heels in that, and look at that. I don't even know what to say about that. I love LeBron. I seek to operate my life the way LeBron plays basketball. Like just, you know what I'm saying?
No, because he has a really great team around him, and they're all like, you know, winning in different spaces. And
exactly.
He definitely just invigorates them with their greatness, and I think that's awesome. So you're doing that. I think you're doing that with Black Lady Sketch Show.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And other things and other projects, because you're hearing about this one. She's like got way so many ideas.
Right. I think the funny thing is people are knowing you from this show, but you've been writing for a long time. People are like, who's this new phenom? But you've actually been in the business for a while.
Yeah, and I think I was participating in other projects, acting, writing for other shows, and I knew that eventually I wanted to have a sitcom of my own with, you know, my vision and lead it as a creator and showrunner. But all the stuff you do before that leads up to, you know, that point, whether it be building relationships with other creators or the networks and et cetera. But I loved everything that I got to do leading up to Abbott. And I'm still doing more here and there things that will come out this year because I like working with teams.
I have a question. Now, I know a girlfriend of mine is a teacher, Yoshika, shout out to her.
Yeah.
She's so funny. She says when the kids are in the class, they're like, yo, miss, can you, she's like, my name is, did that happen to your mom?
Your mom was a teacher.
Oh, I don't don't think my mom really. She didn't really have that issue. She
ruled the roost.
The character Barbara Howard is very much based off of my mother. Her class was She's
she
so
didn't play
and
that.
sweet. She didn't play that, to say the least. I was trying to find a different way to say that. She didn't play that. No.
You do so many things right. One of the things you do, one of the many things you do right is you're giving back. Most people, when they hit something great, they're on the taking end. Yeah. You're on the giving end. Mm-hmm. You're giving money away. You're helping real teachers. You're helping Scholastic. Tell us about what you're doing.
So it was kind of a no-brainer. When we realized that we had the opportunity to do anything for teachers, we jumped on it. I talked to the marketing team and ABC up front about, look, we're making this show. We have to think about things we can be doing to help the people that the show is about. And I have to give so much credit to the marketing team. They brought the idea to me of the bus tour that we did, and I was like, brilliant. This is what we can do to give back to schools, the teachers and the students. And, that bus has so many supplies on it, and it's a traveling teacher's lounge, too. So the teachers get to go in and take a break, but they also get to leave with a bunch of stuff for their classrooms. Wow. And then we also worked out the Scholastic Book Fair. So the partnership with Scholastic is incredible. They've been our partners since the beginning, since before. Now we're able to do book fairs at different schools that are Title I. And it feels incredible that we're able to, no one is standing in our way of doing things like this, and it's just really nice to be able to do it.
Well, it's great that you're spearheading it and making sure that it happens.
And congratulations. You're having a moment in your life, and we're really excited to be here to share it with you.
Thank you.
And a big congrats to Quinta on a second season of Abbott Elementary. Stick around because we are just getting started. Up next, we're going to be chatting with another lead actress nominee, Margaret Qualley. Welcome back to our PopStart Plus Emmys preview. Margaret Qualley starred alongside her real-life mom, Andie MacDowell, in the drama Made, which is inspired by a true story. Qualley's performance earned her a nomination for lead actress in a limited series, and the duo chatted with Al and Chanel about what it was like to work together.
Margaret plays a single mother named Alex who turns to housekeeping after escaping an abusive relationship. At the same time, she's trying to help her own mother, Paula, played by her real-life mom.
But we just need to get a copy of her mortgage so that we can prove to the tenants in her house that she owns her house. Could you please help us out with that?
Without identification, I can't really do anything.
I think we can both agree that I'm a real person sitting here. I've got real skin and real hair, and I don't want to embarrass you, but these babies are real.
Andie and Margaret join us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
First of all, congratulations on the series. I was glowing about you guys this morning. I don't know if you heard me. I just think this is delightful that a mother-daughter duo can play and do such an amazing job on screen. Margaret, you were actually the one who suggested, from what I heard, that Andie play your on-screen mother. Is that true?
Yeah, I thought she'd just be absolutely perfect for the part, and despite the fact that her character is, really different from her person. And then I selfishly wanted her to be in Canada, stuck with me for 8 months, and I lucked out.
That's awesome.
Andie, that must be, in a sense, a dream come true. But did you have any trepidation? Because sometimes working with family can be a double-edged sword.
Oh, no, not at all. I was pleasantly surprised. My daughter's very independent and has forged her own path completely on her own. And for her to come and give me a role was just dear and sweet, and especially this particular role because it was so much fun to play. I had the time of my life.
Well, that's what's so interesting, Margaret. This is a heavy series. It deals with some very serious and important issues, domestic violence, one of them. But it also does a wonderful job, as she just alluded to, showcasing really some lighter moments. Are you able to step away from your character at the end of the day, or does it stick with you?
Me?
Yes.
No, yeah, I was definitely able to step away from it, and I try to goof around as much as I can, and really sweet to have your mom there to do that with you, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. And Andy, you know, this role you're playing, I think it's safe to say we've never seen you in anything like this. We're battling your own demons, undiagnosed bipolar disorder. How did you research this role? How did you get ready for this?
Well, I spent my life with, my mother, who was nonstop struggling during a time when it was, people just weren't supported. People that had chemical imbalances or mental problems weren't supported the way they are now. So she lived in a town where she didn't get therapy. She never saw anyone after she had her original, what they called nervous breakdown. So I grew up with such strange surroundings that my life has been my research. And though this was not completely my mother, I really understand those moods and what it is also to be lovable at the same time, because I loved my mother purely.
Well, the series is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, people are already buzzing about it. It's a hit. I also want to mention, Margaret, speaking of stepping into shoes, you are playing Ginger Rogers in an upcoming biopic. How amazing and awesome. And are you nervous about dancing? Are you excited about this? This is amazing.
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be a real dream come true to do that. I love dance so much, and so I'm just trying to do as many dance parts as I possibly can, please.
It's awesome.
That's really cool. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Andy, Margaret, for joining us. Made streaming.
Love you, Mom.
Yeah.
Love you so much, honey. Hey.
When was the last time you guys saw each other?
Since Made. No, I'm just kidding.
Made is streaming now on Netflix. Guys, thanks so much.
How cool is that, getting to star together? Next up, Severance. It's the much-talked-about sci-fi workplace drama that's directed and produced by Ben Stiller. Patricia Arquette is nominated for supporting actress for her role in the series, and she told Hoda and Jenna what it was like reuniting with Ben.
Oscar-winning actress Patricia Arquette is one of the most passionate and talented actresses in Hollywood, which is obvious when you look at the range of roles she's played. Everything from a woman of the night in True Romance, I love that movie, to a mom with psychic powers on Medium.
And now she's in a new sci-fi workplace drama. It's called Severance, co-starring alongside Adam Scott and reuniting with Ben Stiller, who's the director and producer. Patricia, first of all, breaking news that doesn't always happen on our show. You've been renewed for season 2. Severance was renewed. Yeah. Congratulations. That's got to feel pretty good.
People kept asking me, is it coming back? Is it? I'm like,
Did you?
What do I know? I'm the last to know.
You're the last to know.
Before.
We knew we were going to, we wanted to surprise you with the good news. You know what we love about you? We were looking on your Instagram or one of your social media platforms, and you wrote this. I thought this was really beautiful. It said, I'm sending you strength this week to come from the best part of you, the part of you that you respect and love the best. That's such a beautiful quote. You put that on Twitter. What part of you is that?
The part of me that, like, when I'm doing arts and crafts or something, or when I'm writing, just for poetry and for my own self, I feel calmed and quieted, The part of me I like best is the part of me that laughs. That doesn't carry, like, all this fear around with me. So I definitely need to tap into that more, I think.
That's so interesting. And were you always a creative? Like, as a little girl, did you dream of creating? I mean, is that what you hope to do with your life?
Well, I think I'm a fourth-generation actor, so we grew up, and part of our play as a family was acting and doing skits and things like that. And we were always making physical art, too. That's what my mom made sure we always had for Christmas or whatever, new pencils, art supplies, clay. So for me, it taps back into my younger self and also that kind of soothing.
Well, it's funny you said arts and crafts, because that's such a hands-on basic. And we were talking about this. Sometimes we don't play anymore. We just go to work, we go home, we do all the tasks of putting our kids down, and we miss out on that window. When you play, when you have like a free moment to play, what would be the thing you would do?
You know what? I think I'm in this relationship now. Me and my boyfriend, we're going into our 8th year, and we play a lot. We laugh a lot. like we crack up. I mean, part of what I did during the pandemic to kind of just keep my head on was I tie-dyed everything. I was like, that sheet, it has a little bleach mark on it. Tie-dye it. These napkins, tie-dye it.
By the way, how odd that we have sort of a tie-dye screen for you. I'm glad we can make you feel at home. This show, Patricia, everybody is talking about it. It's dystopian. It's very cool. And talk a little bit about the premise.
So the idea is it's all kind of based in this Lumen Industries where all these people work, and we have all these incredible actors on the show, like Adam Scott there. And so they're all working in this place, and people have decided, like Adam, to take this procedure which separates their work life. They can't remember when they're at work their home life, and when they're home they can't remember their work life.
Wow.
So this is the world we're in, but the shots are really beautiful, and it's very stylized, and it's very clever. And I mean, the layers of the writer, the layers that, how deep he went, it's crazy.
And how's Ben Stiller as a director?
He's amazing. We did Escape at Dannemora together also. And his style was very different in this. I mean, in both cases, he was very certain of how he wanted things to look and setting up his shots, but it was a little looser with that. This is a very regimented world, the Lumen Industries world.
I mean, I haven't started to binge yet, but I cannot wait. But we're watching an interview of yours with Julia Roberts, and we said that it was your dream back in the day to be a talk show host.
Was that for real? Did you?
I think it would be so fun because I'm so fascinated at what people do, you know?
And you're a listener, I feel like.
Yeah.
Who would you have? Who would you want on your show?
Oh my God, who wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'm interested in everybody, honestly, but I would probably have a mix of political figures and interesting artists that I think, and writers, and it would really be a kind of cool mix.
Definitely an interesting show. I'm about halfway through it right now. When we come back, we're going to hear from an icon and supporting actor nominee, Henry Winkler. Stay with us. We're back. You're watching our PopStart Plus Emmys preview. Henry Winkler won an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor for his role in Barry back in 2018, and he's nominated in that category once again. He plays an acting teacher in the hit series and says the show has been a gift. Take a look at his visit with Hoda and Jen.
From Happy Days to Arrested Development, Henry Winkler is one of the best in the biz. And he also happens to be one of our very favorite people.
And with nearly 50 years in Hollywood, who better to take on the role of an acting teacher in the hit HBO series Barry, a role which earned him, shockingly, his first Emmy Award. Take a look.
Excuse me, little girl. I really need your help.
Oh my God, are you okay?
I'm being chased by a man who killed my girlfriend.
Oh my God.
Yeah, now he's trying to make up for it by getting me a job on a TV show.
Right.
I don't have my phone. Could you please call me an internet taxi?
Is that your dog?
Oh no, that's just one of the 30 that mauled me.
I love the internet taxi reference.
I mean, hilarious.
Hi, Henry.
I'm very happy to be here.
We are so happy to see you, and we're happy that you brought your beautiful wife with you.
Yes, Stacy is here.
Stacy, can we just say that
Stacy
Stacy's in the house?
every day.
Hey, Stacy, we love you too. You guys really do watch?
Well, no, I'm not kidding. Yeah,
Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, I like
That makes our day.
Yeah.
It really does.
Stacy is so happy that I'm with the two of you.
We're so happy to be with you, and the reason why I said shockingly your first Emmy is that how is that possible?
Well, you know, the announcer said, this is Mr. Winkler's 1,000th nomination, his first win.
How has this show been?
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what? It is, I have said this before, it is like a gift. You know, we were at an estate planning meeting, and I got a call that you're on a short list. Bill Hader.
Yes.
HBO, I've never worked for HBO. And they said, you're on a short list. I said, is Dustin Hoffman on that list? Because not only are we both short, but if he is, he's going to get it. He's an Academy Award winner, and I'm only a nominee. And here I am.
Wow. Well, not only are you incredible on TV, we've noticed you on TikTok.
We sure have.
When did you discover this and how?
Holiday. 2 years ago. India came to me and said, Papa, you have to be on a TikTok. So she's the young lady in the back. She's 12. There's her sister in the front, Lulu.
What are you doing?
Well, there I am by myself.
What are you doing, Henry? What is that?
I'm making up the steps.
Yeah.
I'm thinking this looks like everybody else on TikTok.
Does it?
Oh, here's another one. This is this year. This is this year. Different choreography. Yeah. But the greatest TikToks, we have a brand new granddaughter.
Oh.
She is 7 months old.
Wow.
And when she was really, really little, when she was 2 months old, I sang her the apple song. Apples are red and apples are green and some are yellow. And we made a TikTok that has over 1 million views.
Baby's first TikTok.
Unbelievable. And then when we talked to her, on FaceTime, because her mom is a wonderful actress, Jessica Barton. She's in England making a movie. Yeah. And so when we FaceTime, I sing her the song and I get a smile. My heart melts.
Do some young people just know you from TikTok now? Is that?
Some people know me from TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you play an acting coach or an acting,
I do.
Which is ideal because you probably worked with a lot of acting coaches.
I had 14 teachers in my career in college and graduate school.
One in college was you have
well, I had Stella Adler,
Yeah.
who was the grande dame of the theater.
Of course.
But they are very strict.
Yeah.
She said to us, this is my first year at Yale, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm a short Jew. I'm going to be fired. I'm going to be let go. And you have to show us the garden without, imaginary garden. Okay. And so I got up and I opened the white picket fence and I said, here are the sit down, Winkler. You see nothing. I said, but there are bluebells here. And look at my sit down, Winkler. I had yellow and orange variegated tulips in my mind.
What? She just
and why did she say that?
I don't know, but I thought, well, I'm out of here now.
Wow. I wonder what they think of you.
Oh, I'll tell you.
Oh, tell me.
Robert Brustein was our dean. Robert Brustein, one of the great dramaturgs. He was a great critic, and he ran the drama school. And so he said, he wrote, not only do I think Winkler did not make the right decision, I think that he should do theater when I got the Fonz. Then he said...
He thought it was a bad decision?
And then he said, could you send us some money? I said, I've lost my checkbook. Everybody look for my checkbook.
I mean, can we just say we think you've made all the right decisions?
Thank you.
Henry Winkler, a true legend and all-around nice guy. We've got a lot more to come after the break, including can't-miss interviews with 2 lead actress nominees, Laura Linney and Zendaya. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into our very special Emmys preview. Laura Linney has really made a splash with her role in Ozark as the mom of a family working for a Mexican cartel. So much so, this year she's been nominated as lead actress for the 3rd time. And she told our third-hour friends what it's been like to work on such a popular show.
We are so excited to catch up with the great Laura Linney. She had us feeling all the feels as Sarah in the classic film, one of our favorites ever,
yes.
Love Actually. And who could forget her role in the Oscar-nominated film, The Truman Show?
That's right. Well, now Laura's back in the highly anticipated 4th season of Ozark, playing Wendy Bird, the matriarch of a family that works for a Mexican cartel.
In order to convince a colleague to come work for them, Wendy comes clean about what she really does.
We launder money for the Navarro cartel.
Well, I knew you weren't building casinos with tile money. But...
Navarro wants out. We're about to draw up a deal with the FBI. We want you there to oversee it.
I have this rule about not doing work that could get me killed.
This would be a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Either
last words, exactly. Laura joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
How
Hi.
much fun it must be to even just watch that back. Congratulations on this final season. People are obsessed. You know it. They love it. How does it feel, though, now to see this series come to an end?
I know. We had such a good time for 5 years being together and shooting the show. And so I'm already missing it. And, you know, it's been a real wonderful part of my life. And I think we're all sort of dealing with how to handle the next few months.
And your character, I mean, becomes ruthless each season, but she's actually, I think, the smartest character in this series. So how are there parts of her that you can relate to and parts, obviously, hopefully, that you can? She is a criminal.
She's a very complicated person. The thing I love about her is how immature she is. She's very shrewd, but she's emotionally, you know, a rowdy teenage girl. And I love how impulsive she is, and I'm a little more cautious in life, I think. So it's been great fun to sort of wade in those waters for a while.
As you wrap up a show like this, do you have certain items that you look at on the set and think, you know, I think I'm going to take this as a memento. I'm going to steal this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I have a really nice lighting fixture that I got from someone's office on the set. And what else do I have? A few things from the casino, the chips, and you know, my favorite coat. And the wedding ring I have as well.
Ooh, that's a keeper. That's a keeper. Listen, you know, people no doubt will binge watch it. You know, as soon as the episodes drop, people will watch them all. Are you a binge watcher? And we all were wondering, you know, what are you currently binging? What do you like to sit down and just go for?
Well, you know, I'm a sucker for The Crown whenever that comes out. I just watched Get Back, which I love. And Great British Bake Off. I can inhale that. You know. I live for that one.
Do you watch your own shows back? Like, will you watch Ozark when it's airing or Logan, or do you watch Love Actually over the holidays?
I'm very bad at watching myself. I have to wait at least 5 years to see something so I can watch it and enjoy it. Otherwise, I'm always eager to see what everyone else is doing, but I have a hard time watching myself. So I give myself a little bit of distance, and then I can go back and hopefully enjoy it.
Or there's time
like,
with Love Actually.
Yeah, there's time with Love Actually.
You've had time now, yeah.
And your birthday is coming up next month. So, yeah. So any early are you a big birthday person, or?
I beg your pardon?
Are you a big birthday person?
You know, I like to keep it small. I'm not a big happy birthday party person, but, you know, fun with the family, with my son and my husband, and maybe a phone call from friends. I keep it kind of low key.
That's nice. And also, you're going to be filming a new movie with Dame Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates. What can you tell us about that?
It's an independent film that I believe is filming in Ireland later in the year. It's been pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed because of COVID and the situation that we all find ourselves in. So I think we'll all be very relieved and happy when we can actually get that started.
When you get that started, can't wait to see how that turns out. That's going to be good. Laura, you are such a delight. Thank you so much for talking with us this morning. Congratulations again.
It is my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Ozark, a show that is definitely missed. When we come back, our interview with the cast of Euphoria. We're back with more of our PopStart Plus Emmys preview. Euphoria racked up a whopping 16 nominations this year, among them Zendaya for lead actress and Sydney Sweeney for supporting actress. But we caught up with them just before the release of the show's long-awaited second season.
I had to choose 3 words to describe Euphoria. A lot of words that could describe Euphoria, but chaotic, funny, and honest.
Painful, tiring, love.
Listen, it's a very different season, to be honest. I mean, tonally it's different. I think it's far more emotional than the first season. I think it's got, much like the film stock that we use this season, which is also different, it's high contrast, meaning the highs are high, the lows are low. And when it's funny, it's really funny. And when it's painful, it's really painful.
I think they're in a kind of tough position just because after their falling out at the end of season 1, Rue relapses, as we find out, very quickly, and Jules isn't in the loop and doesn't know. While they do like reconvene, there's like a lot under the surface that will most likely bubble up and bring the former issues to surface again, which is gonna be tough for them because I think like surface level feelings, they just want to be like cute couple, but you know, it's more complicated than that.
I think Leslie is that tough love mom. You know, she loves her girls. She'll do anything for them. And unfortunately, she finds herself in the thick of Rue's addiction. And she wants to save her daughter. But unfortunately, sometimes those situations, the person has to make up their own mind to become sober and to become clean and to want to be better. And I think Leslie is doing everything she can. So we see her kind of make some hard decisions. And I think Leslie is just your ride or die mom. She's like, look, we're gonna get through this together.
So, you slept over last night? Yeah, so? Are you two in a relationship?
Yeah, kinda. I think with all of the characters, I am lucky enough or blessed enough to be able to step in their shoes. I try to do just that. I try to become them and really try to tell their story. But with Gia specifically, I think it's just been us kind of growing up together, where I was around 15 when we were shooting the first season, and now I'm 18. But there has been growth and there has been more understanding of what Rue is going through and her addiction and her mental health. But Gia has to realize that she is human and she has the right to not neglect her own feelings in all of this. So I think we get to see her grow up, and I've grown up with her. So I've just been super duper grateful that I have been able to play a character that is so real and is so grounded and that isn't perfect. So I'm lucky.
What if these are like the big moments in life? Like my mom always talks about how high school is like this big monumental part of her life. And I cannot imagine being 40 and looking back at this like, wow.
I think one of my most favorite parts of playing Cassie, her choices are very unexpected. And I enjoy the challenge of going on a roller coaster with a character like that. So yes, it's a challenge, but I find that part the most fun.
My favorite part about playing Maddie is I have a lot of fun with Maddie. I think she can be such a fun character, you know, when she's in her element and in her feminine power. I think a challenging part about playing Maddie is everything that she has to, just everything she has to go through is heartbreaking. I get a little too connected sometimes.
The most challenging part about playing Ali is in the beginning, it was to not be seduced, to feel like you have to be a part of that bigger picture of the other craziness and all that. But I can actually be a bit more grounded. And I think to understand that that's my engine. It is not to play all these big notes of emotion and all that, but it's actually to be a bit more restrained. And so that was a challenge, to be honest. Every actor wishes to be written with such dimension and colors and arc for a whole episode, and calls on their strengths and calls on things that they feel very close to. And I think it was this great symbiosis, actually, that great gift that Sam gave me. And so that's been my greatest gift. And I feel like the effect of it has been a gift that keeps on giving, on how it's affecting people's lives, and people saying, I feel like I'm not alone, or I feel like you reached out a hand to me, or I watch it over and over again, because it's going to my soul and helping me get through these dark spaces. So that's the gift that I've been given.
It's an honor to be a part of creating a piece of art
in such a huge collaboration, and every moving part, it's just insane, the scale of what we're doing.
It's a treat. Yeah, you can't even put that feeling into words. It's incredible.
I feel incredibly grateful. To me, when people have come up to me at least, and shared their stories, whether it be of sobriety or other entry points to different characters that they feel connected to emotionally, that's when I'm like, this is worth it. Like, what we're doing means something to somebody, and that's all we could ever really hope for. That's the point, that's the purpose.
A big thank you to Zendaya and Sydney and the rest of the cast for chatting with us. Let's move on to another show that fans could not wait to return, Stranger Things. It's up for Outstanding Drama Series and Outstanding Casting, just to name a few of its nominations. And recently, we heard all about what filming the latest season was like for the cast.
Believe it or not, it has been nearly 3 years since the last season of the Netflix mega hit Stranger Things. But now the gang from Hawkins, Indiana is back with their biggest season yet and what's being called the most terrifying villain of the series. We've got some of the Stranger Things gang with us now. Gaten Matarazzo, Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, and Priya Ferguson. Guys, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
This is so terrific. So last season was kind of dark, but people are saying this season is even darker. How is that possible?
I mean, I think each year it just gets darker and darker.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of sound like broken records. It's the darkest season we've had yet, but this season, for real, it's
I think that's always the goal with Matt and Ross, is they kind of just want to up the stakes every single year, kind of give a reason to have a new season and kind of propel it forward always, which I think they've done quite well, and we're excited for people to see it.
But next season is the last season. So how does that feel?
It's super sad. I remember when
bittersweet.
Yeah, bittersweet. I was like in tears when they released the announcement that that it's the beginning of the end.
Did you know?
We did know.
suspicions. Right. Yeah. No one told us for sure until the announcement was made.
Yeah. So Noah Gaten, you guys have been there since the beginning.
Yeah.
And we've literally watched you guys grow up.
It's crazy.
And in the middle of this last season, there was a break because of COVID.
Yeah.
And in fact, when you came in the show, you come back from one scene, you look a little older.
Yeah.
Well, what was that like when you watched it?
I think it's always something to be. I think it's something that we're always thinking about and concerned about. But it's something that we work with pretty well, I think. Yeah. My case is great. I don't think I'm getting taller for the rest of my life, so that's awesome. I've been the same height since I was 14, so it's been great for me. But I remember in season 2, they told me, like, you need to lower your pitch of your voice. You have to speak at a different level and stand shorter and, like, walk like... I was like, I can't do that. I'm not like that anymore. Yeah. I think it makes sense because the characters are at transitional periods in their lives, and so I think it makes sense. But it is crazy to see what all of us looked like when we first started. And it's and where we've
especially Priya.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you have grown up, and Sadie, you have some terrifying scenes in this new season, this latest season. I mean, when you watch it as opposed to acting in it, does it scare you a little bit?
I mean, I feel like we've been kind of like dealing with like the visual and practical effects on the show for a while now, and some of it's really there, some of it's not. But yeah, I can't really go into detail on what that is, but that kind of sums up this season.
Yeah.
And Priya, I understand a lot of your best lines in the last season were kind of ad-libbed. Have the writers leaned into that for this season?
You know, we've been filming this for like 2 years, season 4, so I don't really remember. I think I just kind of try to ad-lib where, I can and where it makes sense for me to. So.
What was it like jumping into a group that had already been together, acting together like this?
Erica was supposed to be a one-time role in season 2 just to introduce Lucas' family. But, the Duffers thought it was good to write me in more, so that was a blessing. But also, there's no doubt about what Erica can do and how she contributes to the team in itself. So I think it was really cool to see not just the sassy side of Erica, but what she brings to the team as well.
And Noah, the bowl cut You know, I mean,
Stop.
Bowl cut. Well, do you ever hope that maybe in season 5
they have to make a selection?
Yes. I mean, we've really gone heavy into the bowl cut.
They do. I think, you know, it's become kind of like different every season. From like season 3, it was this huge wig, and season 4, it was these little extensions. But I think, I think, you know, it's Will's classic. It's who he is. But maybe next season we'll have a new haircut in store.
Right. One we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hard to believe we've been watching them grow up before our eyes. When we return, we are wrapping up our Emmys preview special with Succession star Matthew McFadden. Thanks for sticking with us here on PopStart Plus. We're back with more of our Emmys preview. And to round things out, the third hour chatted with actor Matthew McFadden, nominated for Supporting Actor for his portrayal of Tom in Succession.
We are genuinely excited for this one. Our next guest is a member of everyone's favorite conniving, backstabbing, billionaire TV family. Matthew McFadden stars in the Emmy Award-winning HBO series Succession.
And, of course, he plays Tom, the hilariously corrupt son-in-law of patriarch Logan Roy. The last time we saw the family, heir apparent Kendall dropped a bombshell on his father's dynasty.
So season 3 picks up right where it left off. So here's a little sneak peek.
Is he okay? I really think we should react.
By George, I think he's onto something. Hey, Hugo's got planes.
Hi. Listen, I'm drowning in calls, and I want to deny, speculation. So I'm just checking that obviously we're all good if I say, for a starter, that he never hurt anyone and he never touched anyone personally.
You can reassure on that, Hugo.
Good.
Matthew is here to catch us up on all things Succession and an upcoming Netflix film, Operation Mincemeat. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We've been all a Twitter here.
I know.
First of all, when we first met you, I think we were all a little stunned. We had no idea that you're British.
I am indeed British.
Did you know?
I didn't. I know. Now I know.
Congratulations.
What's up with this?
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Are people a little surprised when they actually meet you and this character seems so base and frankly part of us, and yet here you are, this erudite Brit.
Well, erudite is a stretch, probably. But no, that's the nicest thing you could say to me, because my biggest worry is the accent. Yeah, that's a real. It's like the actor's nightmare of sort of slipping out of. And we do a lot of improvisation on the show, and so I can sort of just about hold on to the lines I've learned in an American accent, but then as soon as we.
So this character, Tom has got to be a hoot to play, because here's this kind of evil, conniving guy, and yet we want to root for him.
I know, it's just a joy. He's just a big rattlebag of different people.
I'm using that word.
Yeah, because he's appalling and he's needy and, he's awful, but he's weirdly sweet and sympathetic at the same time. And that's the writing skill, that's the testament to the writers. So.
Speaking of writing, we were just talking about it. Succession is known for truly fantastic insults.
Yeah.
Some of them, most of them, frankly, too colorful to share with you this morning.
Oh, yeah.
So you just have to watch.
Yeah.
But is that fun? You say, ooh, what is this, character going to say now? And also because you're so darn likable. It's like, is it fun to slip into somebody so opposite, I feel like?
It's such great therapy for me to go and play Tom and say all this filthy, bullying, awful stuff, especially to cousin Greg, who's played by Nick Braun. But it's really good because I can get it all out, and then I can go home and be nice to my wife and kids. Yeah.
This is a true story that I think our viewers would be interested in hearing. It's hard for even us to get a clip of the show. Things are so locked down and secretive. Just to get that clip, there was a little arm twisting that needed to happen. What is it like for you with Tom, the shifting allegiances between all the families, to keep up with everything that's actually going on?
In the show, I think that's the real joy of playing the part, because he's constantly changing with whoever he meets, like a lot of us do in real life often, So he's like a sort of, I don't know, he's like a sort of shapeshifter. It's he's sort of putting on a different mask to everybody. He's so obsequious to Logan Roy, who's played by Brian Cox, and then he bullies, the underlings. And
Are you getting the whole plot line up front, or are you getting them episode by episode?
Episode by episode, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're
sort of
just as surprised as we are.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So you don't know?
No. So the episodes come in usually quite late, and then we're like, reading them on our iPads or scripts, and everyone's going, oh God,
Do you like it that way?
I love it. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So you can't kind of play the end, and so it's great.
I think he deserves credit for that accent alone. Thank you for tuning in to our Emmys preview here on PopStart Plus. Don't forget to tune in to NBC on September 12th to see which nominees will take home the trophy. Until then, we'll see you next time right here on PopStart Plus.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.